Hey guys, Foxitor here. Welcome to a new video on the channel. I'm your coach of the Dewpiders, and I'm bringing you today the draft analysis for the IBA VGC season. I'm really stoked for this. I don't have too much VGC experience. I played some ladder games on the in-game ladder, and that was kind of fun, but like I don't at all claim to know what I'm doing, which probably will be evident from the draft, but I think I drafted a pretty cool team. So yeah. We're playing with a restricted format, so we can draft 1 restricted, 1 Gmax, 2 tier 1s, 3 tier 2s, 3 tier 3s, 1 tier 4, as can be seen on the screen as well. So yeah, let's just get straight into it. I was second pick in, I think, a 10-man draft, or an 8-man draft. 10 men, I think. So that's kind of okay, and I really wanted one Pokemon, which was Kyogre, to set the rain. I really wanted to build a rain team, but Taechichu got first pick, and she picked Kyogre right before my eyes. So that was kind of disappointing, but I was like, if I can't do rain, let's do sun. So we picked Groudon. Groudon, of course, with the drought ability, being able to set the sun, having a massive 150 base attack stat, 140 base defense, if I'm not mistaken. Of course, the difference between Groudon and Kyogre is that Groudon is not a fire typing, at least not the normal form. The primal form is, I think. Yeah, I think it is. So Groudon can't really benefit from the sun it sets for himself. While Kyogre can. Like Groudon gets Fire Punch, I guess, but Groudon can't launch off big stab eruptions like Kyogre can launch off Water Spouts. So that's kind of annoying, but it's still an amazing one nonetheless. Don't get me wrong. So we got Groudon, we can set the sun now. I wanted to draft my Gmax, and I really wanted Gmax Venusaur, but KyogreKauai picked Gmax Venusaur. So I was like, okay, I'll pick the other obvious Gmax pick then. We picked Charizard. Of course, Charizard getting solar power, being able to get its moves boosted by the sun. Of course, its fire moves are already boosted by the sun, plus solar power boost, plus a life orb boost, for example. And this thing will be putting out massive damage, no matter how you look at it. Max Airstream is, of course, also able to raise its own speed, which is really nice for himself and for the teammate on the field with him. So that's amazing. Of course, doesn't really like rock moves, but that's something you have to work around, or we'll have to work around, to make sure that Charizard doesn't perish on the field. But Charizard will be able to put out massive amounts of damage, and it's really good, I think, on this team. So because I couldn't get Gmax Venusaur, I just picked Venusaur then for one of my tier 1 picks. Venusaur is an amazing Sun Sweeper. Of course, it can also run some more like utility-based moves, I guess. Sleep Powder is really nice in VGC, as that is no sleep clause, so you can basically sleep everything in front of you, which is really nice. Getting its speed doubled by the sun is amazing, because that means Sleep Powder will always go first, or if you really like to run it offensively, for example, running a Life Orb on it, you can Gmax it. You can D-max it. You can't Gmax it. You can Dynamax it, and you can just go ham with it, because its moves are really powerful. One thing I forgot to mention though is we can't Dynamax our restricted Pokemon, because that would actually be really broken. I think that was the right choice made by them. So we can't Dynamax our restricted, but we can Dynamax everything else except for our Gmax. We have to Gmax that one. So yeah, that's basically how this works. So we got 2 really prominent weather sweepers in VGC, Venusaur and Charizard, which is amazing. My second tier 1 pick is Porygon 2. Porygon 2 is amazing because it gives me a Trick Room element. It can be run specially defensive, physically defensive, mixed defensive, whatever you need it to be that week. With the Violet, it's going to be incredibly bulky. It gets super solid recovery in recover, so that's amazing. This thing can stick on the field, and if you really want to take it out, it might even take 2 turns of like focused attacks on the Porygon 2, which of course gives your teammate on the field a few turns to actually do work. So Porygon 2 is a mon that's going to stick around on the field for a long time because of how bulky it is. It gets Trick Room, it gets Ally Switch, it gets really nice Bull Beam coverage if you wanted to. It has a decent special attack stat, so if you get a +1 special attack with the download ability, this thing can actually put out really nice damage. So yeah, Porygon 2 is a really nice member for the team, I think, giving that Trick Room aspect, not even necessarily if you need it, of course also if you need it, but maybe if you want to revert Trick Room, or if you're playing against a Trick Room team, I think Porygon 2 is going to be really nice for us. So yeah, that's our second tier 1 pick. Next up is Hitmontop. I really thought we needed a Intimidate one for the team. And I thought Hitmontop was really good at that. Hitmontop gets 1,000 forms of priority, which is always super nice. It gets Fake Out, which is super nice as you can then incapacitate one of the Pokemon on the other side of the field. Of course, you can't Fake Out Dynamax Mons, but we'll just have to look out and target which Mon is a Dynamax Mon. So it gets Fake Out, it gets Helping Hand, which is really nice in VGC, as you can then, for example, boost Charizard's moves or Venusaur's move, which are super nice. So yeah, I think Hitmontop is a really nice member for the team. Of course, Incineroar at this point was gone already, and it was a tier 1, and of course I would have liked that one. But yeah, Hitmontop is definitely not a bad Mon, and I'm really looking forward to using it. So my second tier 2 used to be, I think, Alolan Raichu for redirection and Fake Out support, and Helping Hand support. It was like doing a lot of things that Hitmontop was doing as well. So I switched it in for Spectre. Spectre, of course, as most of you will know, is a really potent Mon in the singles format, with the Grimney ability absolutely being able to steamroll teams that don't have Dark Resists. In VGC, it actually is run a little different than it usually is in singles. In VGC, you actually really often see Taunt and Will-O-Wisp, which is kind of cool, I guess. So it's more of a support set. But of course, you can also run this thing fully offensively with Shadow Ball and Hyper Beam and Mud Shot, and just go to absolute town. Of course, next to a Helping Hand Mon, this thing is going to put out massive amounts of damage, which is just really nice. So yeah, really happy I switched it in for Spectre, because you'll see later on we'll have enough Fake Out and Follow Me support. So yeah, we're actually at that point right now. I think this was Gastrodon first. Like, Gastrodon was really good for the team, I think, because Groudon and Charizard really appreciate having the water moves drawn away for them. But we now have Blastoise. Blastoise is of course amazing with Fake Out, with Follow Me, with Helping Hand, but it can be run fully offensively as well. Of course, Shell Smash is amazing for Blastoise. Then you can Dynamax it and just put out massive amounts of damage. So at this point, we actually have Venusaur, Charizard, and Blastoise, which I think is really funny. But yeah, I think they're all great members for the team, and I think Blastoise is really gonna prove its value this season. So next up is Breden. Breden is one of the picks I'm really not too sure about. I picked it because I know in Trick Room, Breden can actually be really, really nice. It gets Belly Drum, and I think if you Belly Drum and then get you get a lot of health back due to the Cheek Pouch ability, and then Dynamax it, Breden can actually stick around long and can actually put a massive amounts of damage. So Breden is definitely one I want to try out in some weeks, and I just want to bring to see how it actually fares up against some of the other teams. But yeah, Breden is just a fun one, to be fair, and I really wanted to try it out in Trick Room. So next one is Maractus. As I said, I used to have Gastrodon with Storm Drain, which was really nice, but then I traded it away for Blastoise, and I thought, well, a Storm Drain one was actually really nice. But I can actually get a Storm Drain one that can be a Sun Team Mon as well. This thing gets like Water Absorb, Storm Drain, and Chlorophyll, so it can actually be a Sun Sweep as well. It has a better special attack stat than Venusaur does, which is great. I don't think it gets barely like the same amount of coverage, but I still think Maractus is going to be a really valuable member for the team. I really want to try to get some sun sweeping going with it. If that would be possible, that would be really nice. So yeah, Maractus, really happy I drafted it. I think it'll be really fun. Like, look at this Pokemon, it's so cute. It's so cute. It's amazing. Okay, next one, Heliolisk. Heliolisk, just like Charizard, gets Solar Power, so a Life Orb Solar Power boosted Heliolisk is going to be super fire. Of course, it doesn't have any fire moves that also benefit from the sun. But that doesn't matter, it still will put out like really big amounts of damage. It has a nice speed tier, it has a nice special attack, which is all great. Of course, Charizard is, I think, always going to be the preferred Sun Sweeper, but if I feel Heliolisk is going to have a better matchup in a certain week, I might just bring it. It gets some really nice utility moves as well. It gets Glare to slow down opponents, it gets Ally Switch to mess up opponents. So like it gets a few cool moves. And I think Heliolisk is going to be a really nice member for the team. And then we get to our tier 4 pick, which is like arguably one of the most valuable members of the team. I really like this pick. It's mini Whimsicott. It's cuddly. Really happy I drafted this one. I thought like a Prankstermon is really nice, but I didn't really prioritize drafting it anywhere else in the draft. So I was like, okay, I can pick a Courtney. It can set up Tailwind, it gets Memento, it can, I think it gets Sleep Powder, that kind of stuff. So that is all really nice. It should get Torn, it gets Torn, I think. So like basically every non-damaging move, Whimsicott is going to be able, or Courtney is going to be able to go first, which is super nice. So if I bring this one, I probably won't be running any damaging moves. It will probably like just be only utility. But I still think it's a really valuable member on the team, and I'm really happy I drafted it. So looking at the team altogether, I think like the sun aspect is very prominent, right? I have maractus, heliolisk, and then Charizard, Groudon, Venusaur, which all like benefit greatly from the sun. I have some really nice other ones, like Spectre is going to do massive damage if you don't have a ghost resist, and even if you do, you can just target the other ones. It's not singles. We have Blastoise and Hitmontop, which can provide really nice helping hand and fake out, and Blastoise can provide follow me support, which is nice. Breden can actually benefit from the Trick Room a lot. So can other ones as well, by the way. I mean, if you run Groudon Min Speed, or Blastoise in Trick Room, or maractus in Trick Room, like there's a lot of options here, I think. So I think the team overall we drafted is kind of okay. As I said, I'm not too experienced in the whole VGC thing, so I hope we can make the most of it and we can learn something, because that will make it a successful season in my book. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe. This video was supposed to go up like last Saturday already, I think, and my week 1 match is going to be up next Saturday, so be on the lookout for that. Once again, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.